Ghana celebrates 45 years as a republic. President joins Mashramani festivities. The 10th Parliament comes to an end formally, and government's investments results in a boost for aquatic sports. We'll have the details of these and other presidential activities in this week's edition of the Diary for the period February 21 to February 27, 2015. I'm Paul McAdam. The nation's 45th Republic anniversary was ushered in formally with a flag-raising ceremony at the Parliament buildings on February 23.
Presidential salute! Present! Arms!
The ceremony began with a traditional route march. Then this was followed by prayers from the Christian, Muslim, and Hindu representatives who prayed for the continuity of peace, love, success, and prosperity for Guyana. They also prayed for guidance to be bestowed upon all decision makers and for all to continue to embrace the national motto, one people, one nation, one destiny. The ceremonial hoisting of the national flag, the Golden Arrowhead, concurred with a 21-gun salute and was observed by His Excellency the President, Donald Ramotar, First Lady Deolashmi Ramotar, Prime Minister Samuel Hines, the Minister of Culture, Youth and Sport, Dr. Frank Anthony, and other senior government representatives along with the diplomatic corps. The recital of the national pledge was done by a student from Queen's College. The flag-raising ceremony concluded with the national anthem and the Song of the Republic led by the Guyana Police Force Band. This year's Republic Anniversary celebrations were held under the theme One People, One Culture, One Celebration. On February 23, 1970, Ghana became a cooperative republic, cutting all ties with the British monarchy. President Donald Ramotar, in his Republic message to the nation, urged citizens to recall and salute the heroism and sacrifices of those who made it possible for all citizens to live in a strong and vibrant democracy. In his message, the President said, quote, "We remember and salute our brothers and sisters all across the country and our friends across the world whose solidarity made it possible for us to defeat colonialism and establish this republic. All of them, through their determined struggles, ensured that Guyanese today, more than at any time before, enjoy the right of living in a just, united, and prosperous country." As a nation, the head of state called on all to renew the pledge to build a better life for all, working closely with all sectors of society. He said that as we renew our pledge in this 45th anniversary of the Republic, Guyanese must take pride in and celebrate the progress they've made since 1970, and more so since 1992 towards a better life for all and a more united society. He made note of Ghana's development over the last 2 decades, but added there's still challenges to be overcome, saying that, quote, "All Guyanese from all stations of life need to rededicate themselves and work together on the big challenges facing our country so that today is better than yesterday. Tomorrow must be better than today for all people of our country." End of quote. Mashramani is an important signpost in our national life, the President said in closing, stating that it symbolizes the dawn of freedom and democracy. It also represents, he said, a call to sustain the national effort that brought about freedom, which is critical in consolidating our democracy and promoting national unity. The head of state led the way on Mashramani Day as he joined thousands of persons celebrating the festival on the streets of the capital city. The president led a large contingent of party supporters, including members of the Progressive Youth Organization, as they participated along with thousands of others in the annual float parade in Georgetown on February 23.
We had a very good turnout, very massive turnout on the streets and on the parade itself. And once again, it has demonstrated the strong, growing unity among the people of our country. And this speaks well about the future of Guyana as we are steadily achieving our goal of having, the goal set out in our motto of having one people, one nation, one destiny, one Guyanese people. And we're moving gradually, we see, while we come from different strands, developing, while we did culturally developing in a different way, it's also developing together to produce one Guyanese culture. And this is great. This is wonderful.
The president walked along the traditional march route beginning from Freedom House, where hundreds of persons welcomed him, many taking the opportunity to have their pictures taken with the head of state. President Ramotar then proceeded to the National Park to witness the finale of the march float and parade judging competition. Students and staff of Essequibo's premier secondary school visited the presidential complex and extended an invitation to the president. President Ramotar hosted a visit by students of the Anna Regina Multilateral Secondary School from Essequibo when they visited the presidential complex on February 24. For the students, it was the first time for many to see and meet the president in person.
On behalf of us, the students of the Anna Regina Multilateral Secondary and the teachers, we would like to thank you for having us today because we've only seen you guys on the television when you make your announcements and so on, but we never really had the opportunity to actually meet you. And I know many students back in the Essequibo, they would love to meet you guys, and we are just so fortunate to have this opportunity. So thank you very much.
The president thanked the students and teachers for visiting the presidential complex and welcomed an invitation that was extended to him to visit their school.
I'm very happy that we have had the time to meet you because you just came at the right time. We were having a cabinet meeting this morning and we had just finished. So I'm very, very pleased that we've had the chance to meet with all of you. I must say that it has been a real delight. I'm sure I'm speaking on behalf of Priya when I say that, and I can see the pride in her face when she looks at you. And the fact that your school is doing so well, I think now you have a big responsibility to continue the work of those who came before you and keep the high standards up, and at the same time to set the bar higher for those who are coming after you to the school.
The students later visited other places of interest before embarking on their return trip to Essequibo. On February 24th, the head of state announced the formal date for the dissolution of the 10th Parliament. The 10th Parliament, along with the 10 regional democratic councils, will be dissolved on February 28th. This announcement followed the head of state's decision to prorogue the 10th Parliament of Guyana in November of 2014.
That action was taken to allow the parties in Parliament additional opportunities to talk and hopefully resolve the pressing national issues that were confronting us. In addition, I wanted to give GCOM time to have another round of continuous registration to enfranchise those persons who, through no fault of their own, did not have the source document to be registered. Unfortunately, the opposition refused to dialogue, and I was left with no option but to call elections for May 11, 2015.
He explained the reason for delaying the dissolution of the National Assembly.
I did not dissolve the Parliament at the same time because, had I done so, the claims and objections period, which also allows for transfers, would have been truncated. Were the latter to have occurred, thousands of Guyanese voters who changed their place of residence would not have been able to obtain their transfers, and this could have led to them being disenfranchised. The claims and objections period ended last Sunday, February 22, 2015, clearing the way for me to dissolve the Parliament. I therefore wish to announce that earlier today, I issued the proclamations that identify the 28th of February 2015 as the date of the dissolution of the 10th Parliament of Guyana and the 10 regional democratic councils.
As was announced previously, Guyanese will go to the polls for general and regional elections on May 11, 2015. If you're watching The Diary, where we have been recapping the highlights of the country's president's weekly activities. More after the break. Ghana's crime-fighting capacity has been boosted tremendously. A state-of-the-art forensic laboratory, the formation of the country's first-ever special weapons and tactical SWAT unit, and institutional strengthening are some aspects of the sector's reforms. Capacity building has played an important role as ranks have received training both locally and overseas to effectively deal with various aspects of crime solving. A message from the Government Information Agency.
Education is a fundamental building block for human development. 22 years ago, only 32% of our children had access to education. Today, education is accessible to every Guyanese child. Some 1,000 new schools have been built or refurbished throughout the country, and university education has expanded with a new campus in Berbice. The achievement of excellence in education is no longer confined to only students in Georgetown. Now, students from other regions are successfully topping the country and the Caribbean. These achievements and investments in education have brought positive recognition for Guyana and Guyanese everywhere. Our country has achieved the Millennium Development Goal of universal primary education. It is therefore not mere coincidence that education receives the largest allocation of the national budget. This is a demonstration of government's commitment to the development of students by preparing them for the future and helping their dreams become reality. Education, flying the flag of excellence as Guyana blooms.
The Community Development Initiative Plan, CDP, under the Amerindian Development Fund, is a project introduced by the PPPC administration to secure livelihood for the Amerindian villages and hinterland communities. Already 25 communities have received $125 million to embark on agriculture, mining and tourism projects, among several others. Additionally, 161 communities are to benefit in the second phase, which will see $1.3 billion being disbursed. A message from the Government Information Agency.
To ease traffic congestion along the East Bank Highway, which is a critical thoroughfare for accessing the city, plans are afoot to construct a new bypass linkage from Eccles to Diamond. Additionally, the feasibility study for the East Coast East Bank Bypass Road has been completed and government will be examining how to advance this huge project.
The Amalia Fault Hydropower project is essential for a vibrant manufacturing sector. Under the flagship of the LCDS, Norway has transferred earnings from its partnership with Guyana, amounting to some $80 million to the Inter-American Development Bank to fund a part of Guyana's equity share in the project. High amongst the priorities will be ensuring the achievement of more affordable and more reliable energy. Government will deliver the Amalia Fall Hydropower project along with all of its attendant benefits. It is expected that there will be an achievement of financial closure and commencement of the construction of this project during 2015. A message from the Government Information Agency. As the Hindu community and Guyana prepares to observe Phagwah, a night of song and dance was held at State House. President Ramatar and First Lady Deolashmi Ramatar hosted an evening of Chowtal singing and Hindu songs at the lawns of State House on February 26. The event is part of the activities co-sponsored by the Ghana Hindu Dharmic Sabha to celebrate the upcoming festival of Holi or Phagwah, explaining the importance of the spring festival that signifies the triumph of good over evil. President Ramatar said it must be remembered that it is a national festival.
A country rich in traditions and a country in which we are trying to integrate all the cultures from the different strands that are existing in our society so that we can emerge with one strong Guyanese culture in our society. And all of these have great lessons that we can follow, that we can live by, that can guide our lives and help in fostering deeper morality within our society. And therefore, it gives me great pleasure to have you here as we display a small part of this ancient but beautiful culture and tradition.
The head of state and Prime Minister Samuel Hinds later joined some performers on stage to test their own skills. The Festival of Phagwah will be celebrated on March 6th. Government's investment in sports facilities continued with the commissioning of another pool at the National Aquatic Center. President Donald Ramotar formally declared the warm-up pool operational at the National Aquatic Center, Lilendal, on February 27. The new facility was described as another important component necessary towards ensuring that the center becomes part of the effort to have Guyana recognized as a world-class sporting power.
And I do expect that Guyana will be recognized with gold medals in swimming at Olympics and at other events in our Americas and in the rest of the world. This facility is one in a line of facilities that our administration has been building in order to ensure that our young people, our sportsmen and women, would have the facilities, the kind of world-class facilities to help them to become world champions.
The president said the Aquatic Center now joins the Providence Cricket Stadium along with the soon-to-be commissioned Lenora synthetic track as part of government's investment in community grounds, fields and other facilities to bring out talents of persons regardless of where they may live.
The facility also, with the benefits that it has, some of which has been mentioned here, the health benefits, is another contribution to developing the quality of life in our society. You know the old saying, the biblical saying, man shall not live by bread alone. And when you satisfy the man's stomach, then it's important that we satisfy his spirit, his culture, his soul. And sports and culture contribute tremendously in satisfying this other need, which as a society develops becomes as important as satisfying the material needs of our people.
The facility, which can also be used to bring in economic benefits and more, the president noted.
Sports, as you know, is a big business in many places. But I still hope that the main reason for getting into business is to bring glory to country and glory to self and glory to communities. Because we see sometimes when money is the only objective, we see what it can cause, as has been happening recently with our own cricket at this point in time. Because I believe that that is where the problem is rooted and not in what is being said otherwise. The core of the problem is rooted in the business and the money that is being made. And that is why, while we hope that money can be made, it must be used to develop the sport. It must be used to develop the country and must be used to develop the people.
The warm-up pool is considered an essential part of having the Aquatic Center certified as acceptable for hosting internationally recognized swimming and other aquatic events. The warm-up pool, which is 21 meters wide, carries both a shallow and deep end, ranging between 1.75 meters and 1.82 meters. The foundation of the pool was done by DNS Construction at a cost of some $37.3 million Guyana dollars, whilst the prefabricated pool was sourced from and installed by Murta Pools, the same company that applied the other prefabricated structure for the initially laid down 50 meters pool. The center was formally commissioned by the former president, Dr. Bar Javdio, in 2011. More of the diary after this break.
Education is a fundamental building block for human development. 22 years ago, only 32% of our children had access to education. Today, education is accessible to every Guyanese child. Some 1,000 new schools have been built or refurbished throughout the country, and university education has expanded with a new campus in Berbice. The achievement of excellence in education is no longer confined to only students in Georgetown. Now, students from other regions are successfully topping the country and the Caribbean. These achievements and investments in education have brought positive recognition for Guyana and Guyanese everywhere. Our country has achieved the Millennium Development Goal of universal primary education. It is therefore not mere coincidence that education receives the largest allocation of the national budget. This is a demonstration of government's commitment to the development of students by preparing them for the future and helping their dreams become reality. Education, flying the flag of excellence as Guyana blooms.
The Amalia Falls Hydropower project is essential for a vibrant manufacturing sector. Under the flagship of the LCDS, Norway has transferred earnings from its partnership with Guyana, amounting to some $80 million to the Inter-American Development Bank to fund a part of Guyana's equity share in the project. High amongst the priorities will be ensuring the achievement of more affordable and more reliable energy. Government will deliver the Amalia Falls Hydropower project along with all of its attendant benefits. It is expected that there will be an achievement of financial closure and commencement of the construction of this project during 2015. A message from the Government Information Agency.
To ease traffic congestion along the East Bank Highway, which is a critical thoroughfare for accessing the city, plans are afoot to construct a new bypass linkage from Eccles to Diamond. Additionally, the feasibility study for the East Coast East Bank Bypass Road has been completed and government will be examining how to advance this huge project.
That's all in this week's diary for the period February 21 to February 27, 2015. Before we go, these were some of the highlights. Ghana celebrates 45 years as a republic. President joins Marshall Manley festivities. The 10th Parliament comes to an end formally, and government's investment results in a boost for aquatic sports. Do join us again for the next program when we'll bring you more of the President's activities. I'm Paul McAdam, thanking you for watching. For more information, contact us via email or visit our website.